Alright, this is Harry Parker. I'm here with the TonFly 3X, sold by the Ranch Pro Shop. I love this helmet. It's a really versatile skydiving camera helmet. As I mentioned on my webpage, on my blog, on the review, I jump a flat top a lot with a big SLR, just big stuff on it all the time, and having a lightweight, versatile camera like this where I can just go have fun, shoot, is really a nice addition to the tool bag for sure. This thing is lightweight, it's impeccably designed, and there's many sizes to fit many heads, so you can really get a good fit right off the shelf. I found that I put the tightest one on, went one up, and then I just used whatever little padding I needed to customize the helmet, and I'm done. I mean, the thing is tight. They do make this little air pump back here for a good fit, but I didn't find that it really did anything for me. It's quite laborious to pump up, and I didn't really see that it did anything for me. It might for you. It just might be my head doesn't really good, but I could see how something like this would really help if you put a lot of weight on here, you know, if it worked. For me, this is didn't do anything. The advantage of this particular model helmet is this top mount slides. Gives you about 15 degrees upper back, which is really good for being able to shoot down and up and whatever you want to do. This particular model did not come with a ring sight, so I never had a ring sight on this, so I just was jumping it more for fun than anything, but I was pretty amazed at what some of the stuff I did get out of it. I love the chin cup. Definitely the chin cup makes it a much more stable platform. The cutaway system here is out of the way and totally available if you needed it. That's awesome for safety and peace of mind. It's got adjustments for the actual chin strap. There's a screw in here that you can lock down if you like. I kind of like a little bit of play in it myself. The plates that they make for this thing, this is the Gopro Plate. As you can see, it's got the mating piece here, and this, when you first put it on, you notice it's an angle. Like I can actually, I've got a center lock here. I can go right, or I can go left just a little bit, which is really nice when you're wingsuiting. You don't have to turn your head as far. That's what I liked it for. But that it definitely gives some sort of you know, more flexibility. And then the other piece on this, what I really like on this piece, is the ability to turn the whole thing around. And you can do this while you're on the airplane, and you got the same ability on the back. You've got a little bit of degree, 5-10 degrees before it locks in the center. And now I can shoot behind, which was really nice. Do a rodeo jump and get a picture of a girl on the back, or you know, just film people wingsuiting behind you. Only issue is there's no hole here, so you can't use your hi-fi button, which is right there. So that was kind of frustrating, but I have a feeling like if you go on site and you look, I have a feeling this is one of the first brackets. It's pretty custom with the metal piece up here for the GoPro, so I have a feeling that that's kind of worked out. I wouldn't think they would sell that to do that without that. That was kind of ridiculous, but again, not a deal breaker. I mean, I don't mind drilling a hole to be able to get to that. It just seems like whoever made it and put it together didn't even think about jumping it like that, which is kind of strange, because it's definitely one of the abilities to make these quick connects to be able to do whatever you want with your cameras, and I really like the ability. Wire management, always a concern for skydivers. The outside molding and the pads are really thin, and they're made really tight for a solid platform, which doesn't leave a lot of room for wires. But what they've done, and this is always kind of a moot point to me, like I would never use this just because I'm a Neanderthal, but these are all custom molded to support wires, to give room for your ditter, everything. So this is like, I just thought that was a really innovative way of wire management, is actually making room within the foam for the wires, so it's not just pushing against your head. It's really cool, and it's a tight fit. Another piece on the outside, you got room for 2 digital altimeters, and you know, this insert right here is totally customizable. So when you order this helmet, you order it for the altimeter, and it's just a custom fit. I mean, it fits perfect. So that is a real plus. Most of my wire management I try and do inside the helmet, but there's not a lot of room in here. So, and with this sliding base plate, you can actually, there's not a lot of room for the wiring in here. So you got to be careful when you're moving it around. When you go to slide this forward or back, you definitely want to pull your wires out. Make sure they're not getting tangled up in here, because there's just no room for them to roll or move. The only issue I really have with this model that I was given was this. I like the ability to change this around a little bit at will. Even in the airplane, I'd like to be able to do it, or on a 15-minute call. And the way this was set up, you know, you got 7 screws all the way around, and there's some sticky tape under the bottom, and it just doesn't move. It doesn't want to move. And you've got to take out all the screws. Like, I literally have to take out all the screws, pull it off, move it up, you know, set it back down on there, and then put all the screws. And each one of these screws is like 4 pieces, little pieces. So if you're working on the packing mat, your hose, like, you're totally going to lose that. And you got a whole pile of them. It was I found it to be a real issue, but again, not a deal breaker. I just figured out. So I'm going to pull this thing off and show you. And that's another thing. These screws are flatheads. I mean, who uses a flathead anymore? A customization that I would make on this helmet would be, I would either have bolt head screws and a socket screwdriver for ease of use, or better yet, something that you could get a hold of with your thumbs. What that would be and how it would feel against your head, I don't know, but I would figure something out because this is insane. So you can see I have all the screws are out of this thing, and it's not going anywhere. It's stuck to the helmet, and the reason is, no matter how loose you get the screws out, you physically have to take them all out. Is we've got this padding tape here, and I have a feeling it's for vibration as well as to keep it stuck on there, to give it some resistance against the screw heads, you know, so that they don't loosen up. It could be the depth of the screws, I don't know, but I'd take that out so this thing slides. I want it to slide. And hopefully the screws would be deep enough to pull it really tight to the helmet, but if not, I don't care, I'd tape it. As long as I felt that it's a safe and secure mount to the helmet so I don't lose my camera, that's really all I'm really concerned about. Otherwise, as long as it's not vibrating all over the place, you know, I want it to be able to slide. I want to be able to move this thing full range. And with this thing, there's just this thing, the tolerances on this thing are really, really tight. And when I think they designed this, they didn't really design it with wires in mind, because there's just no room for wires in here. So when you slide this back and forth, you got to pull the wires out. You got to think cable management. But again, like, it's totally worth it to have the tight tolerances. I don't mind spending an extra couple minutes on cable management. Another thing was this Hype-Eye, the way they installed in here. It's a pretty slick install. It's totally, you've got room, they give you room for your debrief jack and your button up here. Obviously, everybody knows Hypoxic is the leader in this type of electronic equipment. Trunk and his group, they do a bang-up job with this stuff. And having this incorporated in this helmet just goes to show you, it's just bad. It's bad to the bone to have this thing incorporated in the helmet for sure. I just wish there was a backing of some sort here, because you can see how this thing pushed in a little bit, but again, not a deal breaker. It's in there securely. You know, it's just I'm being a Neanderthal with it on, you know, when the door opens. Other than that, you know, everything about this is slick. It's versatile. It's well made. And you can get it at the Ranch Pro Shop. I give this an 8 out of 10. Love to hear your thoughts if you're jumping one. There's some pictures down below. I did get the cover of Parachutist with a GoPro utilizing this helmet. And if you sign up for my newsletter, I'm going over, future article will be how I did that, the workflow process and programs needed to res up the photos enough for them to be able to print 300 DPI on the cover of the magazine. So if you're interested in learning that, sign up for the newsletter. Otherwise, go to the Ranch Pro Shop, get yourself a brand new helmet. Tell them Harry sent you for a special New York gift. And thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. Go out, be happy, take pictures.